The world is facing a crisis.
You've noticed an increase in the amount of money that you're spending at the grocery store. You're not alone.
But rising food prices are starting to bite.
Millions are struggling to put food on the table, raising alarm bells across the globe.
Fresh vegetables are scarce. They're only going to get more expensive.
Food insecurity looks like obesity. We have an abundance, but it's the wrong food.
But what if we could reimagine the global food system? A great leap forward is making food more affordable and sustainable. As the global population continues to rise, the demand for food is increasing.
If we have more mouth, obviously we have to produce more to feed everyone.
Putting a huge amount of pressure on the world's arable land. Traditional agriculture relies on the use of chemicals.
The natural way is less productive, more susceptible to nature's shocks.
Prices for labor, energy, and raw materials are skyrocketing, making it expensive for food producers to even transport their crops.
When the farmer produces something in his farm, he has to travel a lot of distance.
Investors think more price increases are coming, bringing back the era of resurgent inflation. Inflation is when prices rise over time. It's when broccoli and bananas to rice and wheat cost more than they used to, meaning you get less bang for your buck. Take a look at this chart. Global food prices have surged 65% since the COVID-19 pandemic.
Any inflationary pressures on food have welfare implications, health implications, and consumption implications for the poor.
Sri Lanka's economy is in free fall.
There is fresh political upheaval in Sri Lanka.
Basic goods are in short supply, power cuts are frequent, prices are soaring.
The South Asian country is now headed toward bankruptcy.
It is borrowing money from you, borrowing from him, borrowing from others.
9 in 10 families are skipping meals.
Millions of its people are bearing the brunt of the country's economic crisis.
But in the spring of 2021, the government took an unusual decision, abruptly banning the import of fertilizers.
Unanticipated ban has thrown the tea industry into complete disarray,
forcing millions of farmers to go organic.
If we go completely organic, we will lose 50% of the crop. We are not going to get 50% higher prices.
Tea production, Sri Lanka's cash crop, fell by 18%, and accelerating an economic crisis long in motion. Massive floods have swept away roads, homes, schools and hospitals across much of Pakistan in recent years.
As many as 33 million people are affected countrywide, which is 1/3 of Pakistan.
Raising the possibility of continued food shortfalls.
We're going to see an increase in the numbers of people who are in critical need of life-saving food assistance.
The destruction of crops has resulted in millions of rupees of loss to farmers and pushed up the prices of vegetables.
Whatever we had, that's finished. We face a dilemma in the coming years of whether we should feed our children or construct our home. Prices are rising,
crippling a country that is reeling from an economic crisis and double-digit inflation.
The most pressing need right now, it should include food to the affected population.
Whether it is Pakistan, the Horn of Africa, the Sahel, small islands, or least developed countries, the world's most vulnerable are paying a horrific price for decades of intransigence.
It is no exaggeration to say that Thais love their instant noodles.
Because, for Asian people, instant noodles are a standard that every family, household has in the house.
As inflation bites the nation, Thais have cut back on their staple.
I think when you see that instant noodle price has been allowed to increase, that would give signals to other food items. You would see more increase in food price because food is considered as one of the basic items.
The food system that we know today is vulnerable to supply shocks.
Food experts are warning that Russia's war in Ukraine has put a critical pinch in global food supplies.
Amid shortages, India limited its wheat exports to strengthen its domestic demands. Nearly 2 million tons of grain were trapped in Indian ports.
My government has recognized the sudden spike in global prices of wheat.
The move unsettled global markets, with wheat prices rising by 6%.
India's ban on wheat exports has sent global wheat prices soaring.
The local market has witnessed some price slump. There is definitely an impact on the market. Even the local traders won't get commissions after the government's wheat ban.
The current way we produce food is taking a huge toll on the environment. But how do we produce more without harming the planet? The world of biotechnology is evolving.
The living creature all the time change, and that's natural. Evolution doesn't happen, mutations don't happen, we will be extinct.
Finding new ways to grow affordable food.
If the productivity increases, the prices are expected to come down. At the same time, the farmer will make more profit.
Scientists are creating super crops that requires fewer chemicals.
We have been able to reduce up to 60 to 70% chemical use. This is one of the very good important benefits.
And it is transforming the way we farm. Farmers and researchers are redesigning the food systems to make them sustainable. In Italy, planting genetically engineered maize has boosted yields from 6 to 25%, lessening toxin levels by a third.
The GM technology helps in reduction of input, whether it is insecticide, pesticide, or even fertilizer. It helps improving environment.
Brazilian scientists have developed the first GM eucalyptus worldwide. The tree now produces 20% more wood compared with its conventional variety, and is ready for harvest in about 5 years instead of 7.
Whether it is food crops or fiber crops or feed crops, all three can benefit from this new technology.
Using cutting-edge technology to improve crop photosynthesis, scientists have accelerated sugarcane yields in Philippines.
They have this type of photosynthesis which is more efficient in converting sunlight and carbon dioxide into food.
And it's not just crops. Biotechnology is improving agricultural practices. India has an edible oil problem.
Edible oil is a big problem in our country. We import more than 50% edible oil from other countries.
More than 70% comes from Argentina, Brazil, Indonesia, Malaysia, Russia, and Ukraine.
In our country, we are shortage of edible oil.
And last year, we spent over $19 billion importing vegetable oil. That's a 71% leap. Now, the government is trying to aid self-reliance, offering higher support prices.
कोरोना काल में न सिर्फ रिकॉर्ड सरकारी खरीद हुई, बल्कि किसानों को रिकॉर्ड भुगतान भी किया गया.
And implementing schemes to maximize farm production.
One nation, one fertilizer. इसके रूप में किसानों को सस्ती और क्वालिटी खाद भारत ब्रांड के तहत उपलब्ध कराने की योजना है.
But the most radical solution involves hybrid DMH11. This is Professor Deepak Pental. He's on a mission to plant the new seeds of mustard. Dr. Pental and his team developed DMH11 with varieties found in India and East Europe.
Without technology, we would not be able to solve the problems of agriculture in India and other countries.
Biotechnology is changing the world in ways we never imagined.
By genetic means, farmers will be very happy because they will not have to spend money on agrochemicals to protect their crops.
From medicine to agriculture, it is revolutionizing how we live and work.
GM technologies are as much going to serve humanity as the Green Revolution technologies have served in the past.